Hi everybody, I've had absolutely heaps of questions and comments on the channel, and that's absolutely encouraging. So I just thought I'd take a short video, could be a little bit longer, just to kind of take you on a round of a tour of my micro teardrop camper that I built. And the first thing that's completely different to many teardrop campers is the back door. As you can see, it closes and it's held closed by a nice magnetic lock, and I just pop it open and the hydraulics will lift it back up again, and it comes up this far, and then the final stage is to move it like that and it locks it in safely on these two gas struts on either side, like a kind of safety mechanism, so that if any of the gas struts have a problem, then you know that the thing's not going to come crashing down on your head. Inside is my Galley kitchen, which I'm very proud of. It's all done in aluminium, and in total on the whole camper project I must have cut about 400 pieces of aluminium, and they all had to be individually finished and made nice and everything. I'll just take you round it and show you. It's about 8 foot long, the body, and it's loaded onto a standard motorcycle trailer, which is 3 meters long, and the body itself is 5 feet wide, and it's super slim. So actually when it's attached to the car and you're towing it, then you can just see straight down the sides of it, and you don't seem to need the mirrors. Climb up on top here, there you can get an idea. There's the skylight, and the whole body is done in this amazing material. It's aluminium composite sheeting, incredibly strong. It's about 3 millimeters thick, and it's really durable. It's got aluminium on both sides of it, so it's really durable, completely waterproof, and quite lightweight for what it actually does. It's a lovely finish, and you can put graphics on it and things like that. You can it'll take vinyls and you can actually print on it, so it can be silkscreen printed as well. Any printers deals with this stuff day in, day out. So you can see I've taken a standard motorcycle trailer, and I've built my pod so that it loads on and off of this trailer. So it's a completely separate item to the trailer, and it's only secured on, you see, just below that piece of metal here. This is where the some props attach, and you've got 4 of these, and you can attach props, and you can jack the whole thing up. You can lift it off the trailer, and to lift it off, these are the 3 bolts on every corner. Huge hefty bolts securing this upper part onto the trailer, so that the pod itself cannot in any way move, and it's fixed and secure and legal for transit. But this is a standard ERDE CH751 trailer. So the trailer is an unbraked trailer, and it's rated at 750 kilograms. The trailer itself weighs only 126, so you can put onto it around 624 kilograms. Now this pod that I've built is 500 kilograms in total. Take you round to the galley space. Cabinets for storing stove and lots of little storage compartments. You can put the gas bottles in one side, put other stuff over here. Also there you can see I've got a electrical isolator for the batteries, so that if I'm not using it for any period of time, I can remove that key, and that completely isolates the batteries and stops them from losing their charge from any of the internal LED lights and things like that that are connected to the power bank. I've also got a complete waterproof socket. Oops, got my arm in the way. And so round the front, if you're staying on a campsite, we've got the standard mains hookup cover there, so I can connect up the power when I'm on a campsite, and that automatically recharges my batteries and provides mains power inside from various sockets. The one that you saw is in the kitchen. The galley space is really finished in completely waterproof materials again. I've used this aluminium composite sheeting, so it's completely waterproof. So any moisture and condensation that occurs in the kitchen space, because in the galley space, it's exposed to the outside world, so it's very durable. I've chosen to have spruce pine worktops, and they've had about 5 coats of varnish. And we've got a little bit of the spruce pine tongue and groove, you can see there, and we can see through the glass inside. Got a few reflections from the sun there, unfortunately. I've got some useful hooks in places, and I've also got adjustable spotlights, one on either side. At night, perfect for illuminating this area. And you can see here, this is like an insert piece that I've got. And so that just lifts out. I can pop it back in again, and gives me a full work surface all the way along. And I can grab the stove out, and I can put the stove, I can have 2 stoves, 1 stove. I can put the stove over here on the left. And I've also got some handy just splash protectors there, just so that when you're using the stove and you've got boiling water, none of it goes up onto the acrylic windows. And again, these can be positioned wherever you like along here, depending on where you've got the stove. So I've got 2 of those. When I built this, I tried to, get a really good finish. So, detail of, just making everything symmetrical, pop rivets and stuff, spacing on all the fixings that fix everything in place, just all evenly spaced. All the screw cabinets, all the cabinets, screws that make the cabinets and the rivets, just, being careful to make sure everything was nice and equally spaced. Down here, you can see I've got 2 enormous padlocks, so these bolts slide across, and on the door up here, when the door is closed, we have these gates here, so the bolts slide inside there and secure the door closed, and there's 2 locks. So yeah, it's pretty secure. This is the interior of the door, and it's all finished in this beautiful bamboo, which I managed to find from a company in Swindon. They're called Mosso Bamboo Surfaces, and they had this stuff, and it's really nice. It's really easy to fit as well. You use contact adhesive to fit it. Up here as well, I have got what I call the laundry rail. So it just drops down. It's a bar. It's a carbon fibre bar, and it allows you, when you come back and it's been raining, you open up the door and you're just able to take all the soaking wet gear that you're wearing and just hang it over the bar, and you're covered in here. You're completely covered with the canopy above your head, and so you can take off all the wet gear, your waterproofs, your muddy boots, and you can leave everything underneath here in this area without worrying about your boots getting wet and stuff. And I just pop everything, I stick it underneath here, so that, there's heaps of space under here. Oh, and while we're down here, I'll just show you the underneath of everything there. You can see it's a standard motorcycle trailer. It's really clean on the underneath. Jet washes off really easily. I've got a polypropylene sheeting on the underneath to protect the waterproof layers of the actual camping module. My Teardrop camper. So another aspect that I've got, which is really nice, is, I'll just pop this here a second. Right, just bring you back into the picture. I'm going to just attach onto the 2 side tarps, as I call them. It only takes a minute. They're basically just triangles, and they attach on really quickly and really simply. That's the first one, and the second one. Only takes a minute, and you can see now that if I take you in there, it's really sheltered, and the wind can be blowing sideways at some quite tremendous speeds, and it's all good. You can use the stove, there's no disturbance on the stove from the wind and stuff like that. So these side tarps work really well, and they're made out of quite a thick ripstop fabric, so they're incredibly durable and waterproof. So that's the galley space and the porch space. Let's now take a look on the inside. So what you'll see here, and you've hopefully have seen in the other videos, the way this works is we've got two sliding doors. I can just open those up, and above the doorway as well there's a touch light, and you can touch it and hold it and it dims down. So you can set that, and whatever layer you've got it set to, it kind of stores that level. And it's good at night because it doesn't destroy your night vision when you've adjusted to being in the darkness. So all I've done is I've lifted the filler piece out from between the two worktops. I'll close this door, and now you can see on the inside, and we'll step inside there and have a little look. Got a skylight there with the screen for the insects and a blackout blind, and I'm just going to step inside here. I've got vinyl flooring. I've got this bamboo finish all the way round. It's so nice. It's a real nice feel. Oh, wait for that too. There we go. And I've finished, all the trim is all done in aluminium. Interesting as well is this doorway is 600 wide, and what that allows is, because of the design of the sofa and the spacing of everything, you can get inside the doorway two mountain bikes, full-size mountain bikes, and up in the corner you've got, on the two side walls, we've got a couple of these anchor points, and there's two more up in the corner there, and you can use them, so you can put the two mountain bikes in there, and you can secure the mountain bikes in the middle so they can't move with bungee straps, and they're all secured, and you can travel around with your two mountain bikes. So inside, oh, so much space in here. It is, I just marvel every time I step inside at how much space there is for how small it seems from the outside. Once we're inside, up above our heads, we've got more touch lighting, so I can touch it, and again I can touch and hold it. If I just touch the outer frame, they dim down. That's really nice at night, again, because as your night vision comes on, you don't want stark bright light. That's a little bit too much. In either corner at the top, I've put in a nice little shelf. It's got bamboo on the underneath, and you see it's all nicely done. And I chose to put clear plastic on the front of these so that when you put stuff inside it, you can actually see what you've got in there. And there's the other one on the other side. Now, most times when I sleep in here, I don't need to actually close the canopy door down. So I can close these two inner sliding doors and close off the space. I've got a lock here. I can just close the latch from the inside if I'm staying on a campsite. And then for the window, I've actually got behind here, you can see this white thing is it's a blackout blind, and it unclips from there, and I clip it in up here on these two aluminium brackets. There's one on either side, so I can drop that in there and roll down the blackout blind. I've also got a blackout blind on each window. These are privacy windows, also tinted glass I should say, and then I've got a privacy blind which just kind of gives you a bit more privacy when you're sat inside. And then finally at night I can pull this down, and that's a complete blackout blind. I'll just move back so you can see that. So that's for at night, and I can close off the blackout blind on the skylight as well, but leave it open so that the insects can't come in because of the mesh. I've also got some handy hooks on either side, so when you undress you can hang your trousers and your top and whatnot on these hooks. I've got some additional lighting at the back here, which are these spotlight eyeballs that spin and rotate around, so they're directional lighting. And I find actually when you sat in here on an evening, you don't want loads of light. It's you're actually dimming down the lights because you're kind of in that nighttime vision mode where you know you're much more sensitive to light. So we've got the little spotlights there, and these ones here. Again, touch them, they come on full brightness. These ones, then you touch and dim them down, and if you touch them again, they dim back up to a brighter level. Next up, I've got the fold-down tables. So you know you've got your porch space outside, and you've got your galley space where you can prepare snacks and some food. And then if the weather's really horrible, you can come and sit inside here, and you've got a nice table to use to eat your food. So you've got a dining space, and whilst you've got that dining space, you've also got this incredible vista view of the outside world. So that works really well, and I would definitely incorporate this full width window into any future builds that I'm thinking of doing, because it is so nice. You feel like you're outside still, even though you're sat inside comfortably on a really comfy reclining sofa. All the spruce pine. I love the wood. It's got a real organic feel to everything. It's alive. There's no, I don't think there isn't any plastic in here aside from this skylight module, which they don't really do them in aluminium. We've got two tables, one for each person, so two of you can sit really comfortably on a reclined sofa, enjoy your food. You're also at the right height as well, which makes kind of, you know, sitting upright nice and comfortable. So you're not slouching and you haven't got your food up at your chin, and it's not like you're eating off the floor or anything like that. And the tables are on hydraulic struts, so if I just push on them gently, they just return to their upright position. Same with this one. And then the bed next, I'll show you that. So you've got your outside porch space, you've got your galley space, you've got a dining space, you've also got a relaxation space where you can use your laptop or your tablet or read a book, grab a map, figure out what you're doing next. Down the back of the sofa here, there is I just want to show you how much room is down the back of the sofa, because this is where you store all of your pillows and your sleeping bags or quilts or whatever bedding you're actually using. So I'm just going to step back out, and I'm now going to show you how quick it is to go from that daytime space. This cord will make sense in a moment. So I pull the bed, the sofa forward, and you can see up there it's settling back down, and that's it. I've got a full size bed. It's 1.4 meters wide and it's 1.9 meters long. It's a standard IKEA mattress. And it occupies the entire interior, and most of the time you're going to have the tables folded up when you've got the bed out. So I've put in these handy corner shelves here, just so you've got a place to park your phone and a drink, or any other bits and bobs you want to place. And you've also got the upper shelving, of course. Now the bed, I'm going to unzip this part. This is a standard sofa bed mattress that IKEA sell, and underneath it you can see that we've got this 78 birch lattes system. It's really comfortable. There's 5 comfort zones to this IKEA. It's their premium bed system that they use in all of their beds. So all the lats go all the way back. There's 39 for each person, and this bit here is actually an adjustable lumbar support. So if you like a firm bed or a soft bed, you can adjust the support for your spine just there. And then I'll just zip this back up. So when you're done with sleeping and it's time to return to the daytime mode, because the bed is big and heavy, I've installed a pull cord system. So now you'll see, in fact what I'll do is I'll just set the camera up momentarily. Oops. Okay. And you'll see that as I pull the cord, the bed returns to the upright position, and you're now back in daytime mode, and it just takes a couple of seconds to do. I've got vinyl flooring, which is really durable, but I've got this kind of like wood effect on it. And this is the sliding door system, using this roller track that's down. It's on the floor, and then you'll see above our heads the other track is installed there. And I've also put these handles in. It just means you've got something to grab hold of as you step in and out, just to kind of pull yourself in and out. And there's one on either side, so whether or not you're left-handed or right-handed, you'll always find a natural place to grab hold of for you to step in and out without kind of like losing a footing. Height wise, from the floor to the ceiling is 1300 millimeters, and that incredibly is enough. In fact, I'm going to put if I put the camera back on the stand, oops, you'll see that as I sit in here, one of these gimbals. Right, I'm going to sit back in there. I've got a hat on as well. I've got absolutely heaps of space from my head to the roof. When I'm sat back, again, heaps of space from my head to the roof. And as I climb in and out, there's a slight stoop. and that's about it. I'm not standing up fully, but it is 1300, so that's 4 feet and 4 inches in height, which seems to be enough. I know people that are 6 foot in excess of 6 foot, and they've stepped in and out of it and they haven't banged their head, so they find it very comfortable. Now, next up is there's lots of storage space. As I showed you, there's storage space behind the bed, and also underneath the bed there's a really nice piece of space here on either side. Got 2 big storage bays, each capable of holding a lot of gear. And then in the corner there is the battery bank, and then down the side here is my mains distribution sockets with the safety breaker and all the required stuff for having mains inside the vehicle and keeping it safe. I've also got the 9-stage battery charger there, so whenever you plug into shore power on a campsite, it immediately starts recharging the batteries. And I've also got these sockets here, which are the cigarette lighter style sockets that you find in cars. So you can have the solar panel, and you can plug a solar panel in outside, pop it on the roof and just run the cable in, plug it into the socket, and that will charge the battery bank even when I'm away from mains power. So I can keep the battery bank topped up that way, and that works really, really well. So I think that's most of the things covered. Yeah, I'm so pleased with it. It really is incredibly spacious. It weighs 625 kilograms and it's on an unbraked trailer. It's really easy to tow, and because it's so small, it's easy to maneuver, and reversing with the car is easy, so it's not too much of a challenge. And once you've had it on the back of the car and you're going along, you just don't even realize that it's there. And because of the narrowness of 5 feet for the body width, I've got good visibility behind it from my side mirrors. So yeah, I hope that answers a good few of the questions and comments that I've received, and throws a bit more light on what this little micro camper teardrop design is all about. And if you happen to be doing a build yourself, please leave a link in the comments for me. Thank you for watching.